Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to what we think is episode 241 of Dude and a Monkey. My name is Ian Loring. As always, I am joined by...
Matt Foster. Hello, everybody.
Patrons just missed me... patrons just heard me really do a number on that intro, but you non-patrons, you shit out. Episode 241, what a time to be alive. Coming up on this week's show, our delayed review, which is ironic considering we did the commuter last week, of Steven Spielberg's The Post. I've also actually got quite a bit of what I watched. I don't know.
Good, because I don't have that much, to be honest.
Okay, so it's going to be me droning on. We've also got our top 5 upcoming films of 2018. We have done that list, and we will our lists, and we will bang them out at you. And yeah, we'll probably talk some other shit and whatnot. Anything been happening this week, Mark?
The Black Panther premiere happened, didn't it? And it's the latest in a long line of this is the best Marvel film. This is a completely new way to look at comic book movies. There's never been a comic book movie made like this before, etc., etc. All of these superlatives that have been launched at, I think, every Marvel movie for the past 5 or 6 has creeped out from there. The thing is, it does look really fucking good, and I am really, really looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about it for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I saw a tweet from someone saying it's the first Marvel Studios film that actually means something. My question, I suppose, would be: does every single fucking film have to mean something? Can it not? Can it not just feature black characters? And I think obviously, I suppose with this topic, with this context, it's probably got to mean something. But can it not just be? Can't we just have fun?
Yeah, that's it. I was just thinking. Do you know what? I'm looking at that and thinking I'm going to enjoy that because it looks like a blaxploitation comic book movie set in the 80s.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to that. But then I was thinking, oh God, can you imagine if you went to see it and you came out of it and you went, nah, it's all right. And then you put out a tweet saying, "Shut up, Black Panther. It's all right. Now it's special." I get the feeling like literally you'd finish tweeting that, look up, and there'd be just a bunch of people with just fucking pitchforks in front of you, and you'd be like, "Well, I'll just change that. It was the best movie I have seen since Get Out." Send. It just feels a little bit like that. But the thing is, it looks really fucking good, and I'm glad that it's coming out and it's good. But when everybody is saying it's good, it makes me go a little bit like, did everyone do this with Thor Ragnarok? Didn't everyone do this with Blade Runner? Didn't everyone do this with all of these other films? Last Jedi. That now, a week later, people go, one person kind of goes, but what about this? And then everyone else starts to go, I actually thought this as well. I thought that, and then literally it can go from being this is a fucking an actual masterpiece to 2 weeks later, well, this is just shit.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Black Panther. I think it's got an awesome look, judging by the trailers. I really like fucking the trailers are fucking banging, and I'm ready for Black Panther. The think pieces and the Black Panther should be winning Oscars that we're probably going to get in the next couple of weeks very much can do without. So, yeah.
And the thing is, I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm a hard sell for that movie because I didn't like Black Panther, the character, in
Civil
War. I think I said that the only way that you could get me to watch it is if I could watch it with an actual Black Panther.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
At the cinema, and we contemplated kickstarting that, but then we thought actually it would probably eat me, so we decided to shelve the Kickstarter on that. And it kickstarted.
You decided to. I wanted to do it.
Yeah, you wanted to that. You wanted to
bone of contention to this very day, Mark. You shouldn't really bring it up.
I apologise. I promise I will watch a movie with a big cat at some point.
Cool.
But has anything else happened in the world of film this week? I don't think it has it? Really? I think it's been fairly quiet.
Amazon are looking to get out of the Woody Allen game, unsurprisingly. They're committed to releasing his next film, but it seems like every single actor in that film's already said, "Yep, giving my shit to charity, whatever." No.
Apart from Kate Winslet
and Diane Keaton, who tweeted, "He's my friend. Here's a clip from something in 1992," and then people were like, "Right, we don't like Diane Keaton anymore."
Yeah, it's a little bit like, do you know what? You didn't need to do that, sweetheart. The thing is with Diane Keaton, it's like, does she really have a career to kill anymore? Not really.
No,
that's not me firing a shot at Diane Keaton. It's just she doesn't really do anything that much anymore, does she? Or not that I fucking ever noticed anyway.
Shit.
Which doesn't mean to say she does.
No, I was thinking, did she do It's Complicated? But that was Meryl Streep, wasn't it? Was it? I'm pretty sure that was. Her and Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin, I want to say.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Fuck, man. I tested a print of that New Year's Day, like, getting on for a decade ago. Like, I literally fucking drank antifreeze the night beforehand and went to work, like, New Year's Eve party. It got a bit fucked up. And the day after, literally spewing up in the toilet in work, and then tested a print of It's Complicated at like midnight on New Year's Day night.
Yeah.
The only way It's Complicated should be seen, incidentally.
Yeah, I reviewed It's Complicated for... I'm pretty sure it was for Radio York.
Nice.
And I think my exact thing with my review of it, because it was one of those things where I had to quickly review like the 3 or 4 releases of that, what is it, and literally record it and then just quickly send it to them. I only did it for like about a month, and that was it. Until I just scrapped the entire fucking section. And I think my review of It's Complicated was, it's just not that complicated, really. It's just middle class knobheads. The last thing I saw Diane Keaton in was The Big Wedding.
The fuck was that?
The Robert De Niro, Diane Keaton, Katherine Heigl, Amanda Seyfried, Topher Grace, Susan Sarandon, and Robin Williams.
Jesus. That's a cast.
A long-divorced couple fakes being married as their family unites for a wedding.
Okay.
I remember actually quite enjoying it. Not gonna lie.
Literally never heard of it.
Yeah.
That feels like one of those ones where I'm picturing the DVD cover now. All right?
Go on.
I'm picturing it. All right. You got The Big in black type, Wedding in bigger red type. You've got a wedding cake on the right, and you got shots of their faces down the left.
Possibly, yeah. The actual poster for it is them all just sat laughing, apart from the couple who were not laughing.
Right. All right. It reminds me of Tangent. Do you know who used... I want to see... Right. The worst DVD and VHS cover art distributor in like the 90s and noughties.
Entertainment in Video.
Fuck yeah, Mark. You're my boy. Yep.
It's
right.
Entertainment in Video.
It reminds me, like The Big Wedding feels like something they would put out with that type of cover.
It does, absolutely, yeah.
Like, seriously, Entertainment in Video, man. And that fucking logo.
Yeah, it was so shit.
Like, Jesus Christ.
That was such a regional TV channel logo.
Yeah, wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
What like the music was like boom 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 boom. Yeah, like
there was a swoosh noise in there as well. I think.
I think you're right. No shit. I need to see if I can get that on YouTube.
I'm sure there's a swoosh noise in that.
Oh fuck! Entertainment.
Fucking hell! Entertainment in Video
logo. Shit. Yeah. Come on. Yes. Here we go. Oh, no, you connected to my fucking power beats. You fucking are as well, you twat. Right. Fuck off. Right. Here we go. It's going to be worth it.
Oh!
God, that was their logo until 2003.
It was so bad.
Like, just fuck, man. But, like, God, because they handled loads of New Line stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like...
There was a lot of big films come out on that.
Like the Lord of the Rings extended editions and stuff. Oh, God, they had the worst fucking... Like, oh, my...
DVD
like,
menus.
Yeah, and the back of the box would be just, like, quotes in speech marks in horrible big writing.
Yeah.
And, like, oh...
Yes, it would be down. There'd be like a little synopsis, and then there'd be like 4 boxes with like people like scenes in it.
Yeah,
and it'd just be quotes. Do you remember the VHS? You probably won't know the VHS. Instant Video distributed the VHS for Donnie Brasco, and the front cover was fine. It was just a poster. The back cover was just fucking mental.
Was it like a white background, and then just it was like text on white, and
it was
all
just
looked
so many
fucking
quotes.
Horrible. Yeah. And
then it had like the I think it's like the credits bit, but it was in silver, and it was just that small that it was physically impossible to read.
Oh God, they are just that it just what the fuck. I'm glad they barely exist anymore. I mean, they do exist, but barely. And shit, man. I mean, also they're ones that just don't put shit out in 4K, and they've got the Hateful Eight. I want the Hateful Eight.
Don't they have the Hateful Eight?
Yeah, they do. I mean, fair play. They fronted the cost for putting out that roadshow version of Hateful Eight, so there is that. But fuck, yes, Mark, yes, fucking simpatico, I tell you what. Like, that fucking music. Anyway, what the shit were we talking about?
I don't know. Trailers?
The big wedding and Diane Keaton and stuff.
Diane Keaton, yeah. That was about 80s.
From Woody Allen's Entertainment in Video logo. Fuck.
Connective tissue there.
Jeez. Fuck. Christ, I'm having some flashbacks. Anyway. Fuck. Right, trailers. I know there's one that you're probably keen as mustard to fucking talk about.
Which one's that?
Oh, come on. The Make It Rain.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right.
Oh, Hurricane Heist.
I am a very, very big fan of that tagline.
Yes.
That shit is fucking inspired. Like, and also in the trailer, $600 million at 600 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that fucking thing looks like it should be a sci-fi film, but it's going to get a theatrical release.
The thing is, I genuinely don't think there's a better way to sum up how that film came into being, in that it sounds like the exact thing that I would pitch whilst pissed after watching a back-to-back Hard Rain and the and Fast Five.
That's a good shout, that. That is a good shout.
Wait a minute. What if we took a rain... Oh, no, wait a minute. A fucking hurricane and a heist.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I am so looking forward to that movie, though.
God, when's it out?
March the 9th.
March the 9th.
Yeah.
Oh,
Make
fuck.
it rain.
That's before... That's too far before Marathon Weekend. Fuck, that's a shame.
Yeah, I am very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, that looks fucking all
mental.
the dumb. It looks all the dumb.
It does. You're watching it going, do you know what? Ryan Glatterman, the guy from True Blood, who's done basically nothing since. Maggie Grace, who, let's be honest, it ain't that great, so you can kind of see why she's in it. Ralph Ineson, you can see why they're in it.
Toby Kebbell, he needs to fire his fucking agent.
It is a little bit like, yeah, Toby, you need to fire your agent, mate, because he's a good actor.
Mm.
You know, and he does so much crap.
Yeah, there was that time that like he was just appearing in Disney films. Like he was the bad guy in the Prince of Persia film, and he was like the bad guy's like assistant in the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Fuck, man, that's Nicolas Cage, Jay Baruchel, and Toby Kebbell. That was a fucking weird combination. Anyway, Warhorse.
He was in Warhorse as well, wasn't he?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like he's really fucking good in Rock and Roller.
The Veteran. I remember that being a not great movie, but he was very good in it.
He was really good in The Veteran. What was that one where... Oh, fuck. Dead Man's Shoes. Shit, wasn't he? He was the brother in Dead Man's Shoes.
Yeah, Dead Man's Shoes.
I mean, shit. I mean, that's a... From Dead Man's Shoes to the Hurricane Heist.
Yep. Yeah. Back. Do you know what, though? I'm still looking forward to it.
I'm going to watch the fuck out of it, and I like to see Ralph Ineson get work, so, you know.
Yep.
I hope Ralph Ineson, he's totally going to have a hurricane-related death. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, yeah, it will be. It'll be nasty as well. He'll get hit by, like, I don't know, a safe or something like that. What else we got? Mute.
Indeed.
Yeah, that fucker looks like it's taking Netflix films up a fucking notch.
Yeah. Yeah,
and, you know, that's not because we've enjoyed some Netflix films, but some of them have been a bit shitty. But I don't think that's Netflix fault. I think that's just shitty filmmakers. But there's a lot going on in that. I like the fact the trailer gives you basically nothing about the actual film, but you can tell that Duncan Jones has just gone, right, I've got the money I wanted to make this properly. I'm going to fucking make this properly. And that's... He's been quite forward in coming out and saying, you know, nobody was going to give me the money to make this movie, and then Netflix offered it. There you go. It's been great working with them. They literally went, how much do you need? This much. Right, there you go. And then they left me alone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it feels like the palate cleanser he needed after Warcraft. I mean, Warcraft wasn't a one for them, it was a one for him, but obviously It was a very, very big scale thing that didn't go that well, despite the fact that film is good, and I will be rewatching it before Mute, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I remember we both quite enjoyed it, actually, and going into it knowing basically nothing about what's it. And as well, the weird thing about Warcraft is it's kind of perceived as being a massive failure, and it wasn't. You know, Warcraft made money.
Yeah,
it just didn't make it in the US.
Yeah, I mean that's it, like internationally. It was like Pacific Rim. You know, that's still got a sequel, which we'll get onto. But yeah, no, I mean it looks fantastic. That trailer is all I need to see. It's just that fucker is hopefully going to be in Dolby Vision 4K February 23rd or whenever it comes out. That is going to be a fucking hell of a Friday night. Can't wait.
Yes.
Fuck! It's 3 weeks Friday. Jesus.
Yeah, it's only a few weeks.
Woo!
What else did I watch? When We First Met, another Netflix film that actually. It's a comedy from the guy who did the Duff.
Okay.
Yeah. Stars Alexandra Daddario and Adam Devine, who
it's that one.
Yeah. I can't see why people find him funny.
He just looks really smug all the time, and it's like
he does, and his thing seems to be moving his head really quickly. A lot. That seems to be a lot of his comedy. Is screwing his face up and moving his head really quickly. And apparently, people think there's Workaholics has got a really big cult following. I tried it, didn't get on with it, but other people think it's great, and that's fine. I didn't actively dislike it. I just watched a few episodes and went, I'm just not finding this funny. It didn't offend me or anything. I was like, this just isn't for me. But yeah, the few things I've seen him in, I've kind of been a little bit like, I don't get it, but it's on Netflix. I'll end up watching it, is what I'll say.
Fuck, man. It's just anything on Netflix, you just end up watching it, don't you? Which is great.
Yeah, it's got Robbie Amell in it as well, and I quite like that guy.
Fuck it. You pay your fucking £10 a month or whatever it is, and it's on there, and it's just, yeah, great. Okay, and it's content. It's one of those ones that is just content. Mute isn't content. That one...
Mute's an event.
Yes, that one is content. That's the thing. It's like, you know, in the end of the day, it's like in the cinema. You've got the big event films, and then you've got the fucking... All right, I may as well watch that and kill an hour and a half of my time. Why not?
Yep.
Netflix is kind of just doing that, and great. You know, you pay attention for the big ones. The other ones just kind of drift past, and they're a perfectly amiable an hour and a half of your time. Good stuff. Job done.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Yeah, there is. So that has got Tuesday night movie with a pizza written all over it.
Straight up.
Yeah. Ant-Man and Wasp, or Ant-Man and the Wasp. I constantly forget this movie is actually coming out.
Yeah, it's the Marvel. It's the other Marvel film this year, isn't it? I mean, I do feel sorry for Peyton Reed and company because, you know, Black Panther and Avengers, and then this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ant-Man's fun. I like I like this teaser. To be fair.
Yeah, it's fine. And, you know, I'm wondering, when all the sexual harassment claims come out against Michael Douglas, which inevitably are going to come out, will they replace will they put Christopher Plummer in the first Ant-Man or just this one?
Well, he's already shut that stuff down, though.
Yeah, it was quite amusing that basically came out and went, it's not true. It might be true. It's a long time ago.
But just the fact it was like, this is coming, I've been told it's coming, so instead of just, like, backing away, it's like, do you know what? No.
Yeah.
This is what this was. I don't really know who this person is. If they're saying this stuff, I don't know. And it just seemed to be like, yeah, and it just fucking... It went away.
There's certain people where it's kind of gone away. Where there's a few of them that have come out and gone. Some of them have come out, a lot of people have come out and said, you know, and have denied these allegations and stuff like that, or have said that's not exactly what it is. But there's a few kind of people who've just come out and gone, nah, it's bollocks. And people have gone, oh, is it? And they've gone, yeah, it's bollocks.
The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's basically journalists tried to dig up other stories on Michael Douglas and they just didn't find any. So it was like, because it was only one person, it was just, we don't like, because all these things seem to be, we've had reports from multiple women telling the same types of stories, even though they were unconnected beforehand, or men, you know. So like with Kevin Spacey, James Franco, there's a certain MO that is followed that kind of almost corroborates this kind of stuff. But with Douglas, it was one woman, and it's almost like Dustin Hoffman in a way as well. Like he's had a couple of people come out, and he had that uncomfortable time with John Oliver in that interview.
Mm.
But
it's the same as the Stallone one, where that came out, and then there was all this stuff about, oh well, they've got this police report and everything like that, and then he said, his people kind of said, they've got a police report because a police report was filed. What they didn't tell you about is that the date that the woman said it happened, Sylvester wasn't even in the country at that point. And it's like, so can someone report that? And then went, nah, we're just going to leave it now. And he's like, and Stallone just went, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah.
I know it didn't happen. Everybody else knows it didn't happen. There we go. And it's... even the investigator that took the statement down said that he was called up by a British tabloid newspaper and asked if that statement was correct, and he said yes. But then we followed it up. We found that he wasn't even in the country at the time, and they went, and all they printed was the investigator was contacted and confirmed that yes, this statement was correct.
I don't know. It's interesting, but back to the trailer though.
Yes, back to the trailer. After my jokes, I don't want to wait on it, but yeah, it looks fun. I enjoyed Ant-Man. Ant-Man's fun.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie.
No, it doesn't. And you know, that's fine. I'm
fine with that.
Cool.
Yeah,
why not? It feels like it's going to be a fun. And the Peyton Reed does the kind of like the fizzy, poppy, like kind of catty, kind of biting each other, man and woman kind of stuff quite well, and it kind of feels like Ant-Man and Wasp is going to do that. You know, I mean, like you watch something like Down with Love, it's like kind of almost apply that kind of sparky dynamic to two characters in a superhero film, because to be fair, you don't have an awful lot of like established partners in relationships in superhero films, because it's always will they, won't they.
I think I have a feeling that what we'll get with Ant-Man and the Wasp, it will be more Evangelina Lilly's movie than it will be Paul Rudd's.
And Paul Rudd will be fine with that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He will, and that is fantastic.
Mm.
But the dynamics of Michael Douglas with the building, which Noel has raised, he has his concerns, and yes.
You're hoping that there's a that literally as he does that, as he then walks off with the little fucking wheelie building there, you're hoping that Paul Rudd goes, how does that work? How do you do that? And Michael Douglas literally just turns around and says, "You wouldn't understand," and then they get in the car and drive off. Sorted.
Or just it would take too long to explain.
Yeah.
It's got no plumbing.
Or it's none of your business. There you go.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it'd be like Looper. That was one of the things that sticks out with me with Looper is like they're trying to explain it. It's just like, what's the point?
You're unraveling your own. Explaining it is you unraveling it.
Yeah, I like that. Just fucking go with it. And I mean, fuck, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp. It just
exactly.
Have fun. That's the thing. This is because I think Avengers. I'm looking forward to Avengers an awful lot. That film is going to be quite serious.
Yeah.
Black Panther is going to be quite a serious film. I mean, it's probably going to be badass. It's going to be cool, but I've got a feeling that flick's not going to have many jokes in it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And that's fair enough. Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's going to be light. It's going to be frothy. It comes out over here in August. That feels like perfection to me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, yeah, absolutely. There we go. Cool. What else?
The Tomb Raider live-action game trailer. Looks like a Tomb Raider game.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it.
It
literally looks like there should be button prompts at times.
Yep.
But I'm up for it.
What else have we got? Oh, you actually mentioned this one. Hereditary.
Oh. I don't want to build myself up with the hype, but there's some imagery in this fucking film, and it
fucking is, isn't there?
Yeah, it looks like there's got some shit going on. Yep. I don't think Toni Collette does a horror film for nothing.
No, I did look at it and think Toni Collette always makes quite interesting choices with movies. Even when you look at it,
motherfucker. Sorry.
Yep, that's it. Even when you look at that and you think, well, that's a paycheck movie, you get the feeling that actually she maybe knew what was going on with Triple X.
Everybody did, apart from Vin Diesel. Everybody did, man. I'm telling you.
Also, Hereditary is 2.5 hours long.
Really?
Yep, 2:06.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Very much up for it. It's a good trailer.
Just that opening image of like the zoom in into the dollhouse looking thing, but it's like it's actually the people in there. I'm intrigued to see how that fits. I have questions. There's a burning person. There's
literally when you go to its IMDb page, the first image you see is the burning person. Yeah,
I'm not surprised. That shit looks like it's gonna fucking have some levels, and I'm down. Yeah.
Cool. And then that's it for me for trailers.
Cool. Oh man, I'm quickly getting pissed. This is fantastic. Right. Unsane.
I didn't watch this one.
Yeah, so it's Soderbergh one. I've got two more. So the Soderbergh one.
Is that Soderbergh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he shot it.
Is it?
He shot it on an iPhone.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah, it fucking looks like he shot it on an iPhone.
Does it?
I mean, shit, man. iPhones can shoot 4K, but it doesn't really look like the bitrate's too great. Like it definitely has a kind of low budgety, handheld, claustrophobic-y, they're all out to get me feel, which is great, but it doesn't look good. Straight up, it just doesn't look good. God knows what this thing's going to look like projected. But Fox are distributing it in the UK, so it's gonna get a theatrical, which is cool, and I'm looking forward to it.
End of March.
Yeah. So, we'll yeah, it's an intriguing trailer, and I like the fact that he basically shot it in secret last year, and then I got this thing coming out. That's kind of awesome.
And also, as well, it's from the writer of Bait Shop, Just My Luck, and Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector.
Well, that is quality. It's quality fare. I
also wrote The Spy Next Door, the Jackie Chan, Billy Ray Cyrus movie.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is all very promising. And
I'm sure this was Soderbergh.
Apparently, yes. To be fair, Logan Lucky was written by a made-up person, so maybe this guy is made up and he was Soderbergh all along.
Fair point. Maybe we've all been judging Larry the Cable Guy's sequel wrong.
Yeah, quite. Well, no, we've been judging it right. It's just Steven Soderbergh's weird.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, so, there's that. And, good luck to it, because he basically... Logan Lucky, he decided to do all the marketing all himself and kind of release it basically independently, and then fucked up majorly, because that film just didn't make money, despite the fact it's really good.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm saying, so there we go, we shall see. And my last one, new trailer for Pacific Rim Uprising, which I am convinced is going to be shit. I'm looking forward to being proven wrong, but I'm convinced it's going to be shit.
Which one was that, sorry?
Sorry?
Which one was that, sorry?
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be shit.
I know Noel's looking forward to it because he likes Saturday morning cartoons.
Well, he'll love that because even all of the people's faces look like they were CG'd. By the way. Yeah. Even all the people's faces look like they're CG'd in this movie for some reason. I don't get it. Do you know what? I hope that I am wrong, but I have such low expectations for that movie.
It made me laugh because I was listening to. We'll talk about The Shape of Water when it comes out. It was an unlimited screening last night. I will just say right now that film is fucking incredible.
Oh, nice.
Like, for me, I wonder if it seems like the kind of thing that maybe speaks to me more than it would speak to you, but I might be surprised there. But if you're not as into it as I was, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a fair point there.
But I was listening to a Q&A after with the DGA podcast, the Director's Cut. It's fucking fantastic. So it was basically Baz Luhrmann interviewing Guillermo del Toro about The Shape of Water. It's like 50 minutes long. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's really good. And he was saying like, well, I was going to do a sequel, and then I wanted to do my fish movie, and then Inarritu and Cuarón said, do your fish movie, don't do the sequel. And he was like, I wanted something and then he was like the one of the Cannes jury members. He was like, I wanted something spiritually nourishing, and I didn't want to do the sequel. He's obviously talking about Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yep.
Because I think he's just produced this one.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the trailers for Pacific Rim had basically gave me an erection. Like, they were fucking full. I mean, the neon lighting, the rain coming down, the idea of the bridge that was introduced there, just that fucking shot of the Jaeger grabbing, what was it, the fucking lamp pole with like almost like a baseball bat, or what was it? Yeah, like just that shit, man, fucking incredible, just boner-inducing trailer. Pacific Rim Uprising is not that. It's all in daytime.
That's a weird one. That one.
It looks like, I don't know. It just looks like Muppet Babies. Pacific Rim seemed like it was trying to be almost an arty version of what that was. This looks like they've gone way the other way.
Well, the thing is, Pacific Rim, the interesting thing, when that came out, Sky did like a big section of interviews. Sky Movies, sorry, did like a big section of interviews with like the cast and and Del Toro. And he basically said all those movies that I used to watch as a kid on like a morning and stuff like that. That's it. I wanted to make. He said I wanted to make a movie that 12-year-olds would look at and go, "That's fucking cool."
And that's the thing, and he did that, you know,
Yeah.
and he got that out of his system, and just like, because he always said he was going to do Pacific Rim Uprising, and then he went off to do The Shape of Water. You watch The Shape of Water, and you fucking understand why. Like, Mark, seriously, right, fucking, that might actually be my film of 2018. Like,
Nice.
I actually don't think I'm going to have a reaction to a film, which is kind of depressing considering it's only January. I'm kind of convinced I'm not going to have a reaction to a film the way I did to Shape of Water, like, for the rest of the
good
year.
thing is, though, is you get to watch it later on in the year again and have that all over again.
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't been to the cinema to see something for a second time in I don't know how long. I think I will with Shape of Water when it comes out. That film is fucking, like, that film's fucking special, and the fact that I know it's the zeitgeisty thing, but people talking about Get Out and Lady Bird and whatnot instead of Shape of Water, despite the fact Shape of Water got 13 Oscar nominations. Like, it just, I haven't seen Lady Bird, but fuck me, The Shape of Water is so much a better film on every single fucking level than Get Out. And I like Get Out, but so much better than Get Out that it actually gets me a little bit annoyed that people seem to be saying the film with the fish man that the Mexican man directed for $19.3 million. The official budget was $19.5 million. Del Toro gave them change. He gave them back 200 grand. You watch that film. You watch that fucking film and you tell me how it was $19.3 million. Jesus fucking wept. Like, fuck. Anyway. What was I talking about? Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just. Yeah. I am glad I'm not seeing Del Toro's Pacific Rim Uprising because we got The Shape of Water instead.
Yeah.
I am already worried that we have got Pacific Rim Uprising without Del Toro.
Which is fine.
Yeah. We'll watch it. We'll review it. Shit, man. If it's my number one surprise... I tell you what, I will tell you this now. If this film is anything more than a 4 out of 5 for me, 4 out of 5 or more for me, it will be my number one surprise of the year.
Nice.
Like, I am predicting 2 out of 5.
I'd be happy with 2 out of 5.
Like, just fucking... But, we'll have Noel on.
Yep.
I'm assuming he'll probably come on to review this. And we'll if so, we'll have him on and we'll just see what happens. I can never tell with Noel anymore, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, moving on. Right, The Post. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. It stars Meryl Hanks and Tom Streep, and I did that on purpose? I don't know anymore. Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Bob Odenkirk's in there as well. David Cross is in there as well. Tracy Letts is there. The guy who did that film that got a load of Oscar nominations a few years back. He's a playwright, and he did that one. What the fuck was it called? All the family in that house.
Joe. Something Joe. What the fuck's it called? I loved it as well.
No, not Killer Joe. No,
Killer Joe.
The one where they're all in the house. It's the family, and there's the brother who's shagging the sister.
August Osage County.
Yeah, that's the fucker. Yeah.
Yes,
he wrote that. He's in this. And who else? Alison Brie's in
Greenwood.
it. Bruce Greenwood's in it. Sarah Paulson's in it.
Bradley Whitford's in it.
Zach Woods from Silicon Valley's in it for a bit.
Literally like a blink and you'll fucking miss him.
Yeah. Meth Damon's in it.
Meth Damon is in it.
So...
Michael Stuhlbarg's in it.
Michael fucking Stuhlbarg's in it. He is. He's in The Shape of Water as well, and he's really good. Because The Shape of Water is fucking brilliant.
So he's in The Post, Shape of Water, and Call Me By Your Name?
Yep. And he didn't get an Oscar nomination.
He's in 3 Oscar-nominated Best Pictures.
Yeah.
Out of 9.
Yeah.
He's in 33% of the Best Pictures.
Yeah, that's a fucking ratio, that is.
The thing is, he's a cracking actor, actually, that guy as well.
Oh, Spielberg's fucking amazing, man. Like, yeah, have you seen Call Me By Your Name yet?
I've still not watched it.
Fuck, Mark. Come on.
I know, I need to.
Gotta watch that speech. Come on. Right. Fucking hell. Right, this is... I've got a buzz on like no one's business, I tell you what. Right. The Post. What happens in The Post? Well, you know, it's about the 70s, but it's also about now. And the Pentagon Papers. Shit's not going well in Vietnam, but the government doesn't want the people to know it. But there's someone in the government that does want the people to know it. And so they release it to the New York Times, and the government say, you, stop it. So then the Washington Post say, we'll pick it up instead. And then the government says, you, stop it. And the Post goes, no, I will not. That's my impression of Meryl Streep. Spoiler alert. She doesn't maybe quite. That's basically the film. Sorry. But Meryl Streep is also a woman in a man's world. And Bruce Greenwood is her friend. But Bruce Greenwood is McNamara. And McNamara is implicated in all these dealings. And things happen. The thing is, right, I saw this film 3 nights ago. I really, really enjoyed my time with it. I'm kind of finding it hard to remember things about it. And I don't think that's because of the drinks I've been having. I think it's because... And I know this isn't the usual structure, because usually it's what do you think, Mark? I'm going to pose you a question, Mark. Mark, when did you see this film? Side question.
Yesterday.
Right. How much do you remember?
Not that much.
Yeah. This is the thing with the
Carrie
Post.
Coon's in it as well.
Yeah, she is. She's the reporter lady who gets
female journalist, yeah,
who says the thing at the end.
Yep.
Well done, Carrie Coon.
Yep.
Liked you in Gone Girl.
I loved her in Gone Girl.
And she's apparently really good in The Leftovers as well. Bit of a thankless role here. In fact, in my mind's eye, I just confused her with someone from another film that I'll talk about later, but fuck. Yeah, okay, anyway. The Post. I don't know how long this review is going to be, because it's Spielberg doing Important Thing, Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep acting in Important Thing, and it's very good, but it also feels like it's so zeitgeisty yet from the 70s that it's kind of not going to have much of a lasting impact. Thoughts?
It's a bit... It's good because Spielberg's Spielberg, Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks, and Meryl Streep is Meryl Streep. And there's a lot of good actors in it. But is it actually that good? And do you know what? I don't think it is. I just think it's well done. But then I'm saying that, and while I'm watching it, I'm thinking, this is not a very... This is, at points, quite an ugly movie. In terms of the styling of it, it's too stylized.
Yeah, Kaminsky needs to fucking just not do his thing.
Yeah, it's too... We go back. Let me tell you on a brief little backward journey to the last time Spielberg did anything around kind of a war thing, and it was Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, that's the last time he did anything around kind of war. So you're talking, what, 20 years? Yeah, 20 years ago now. Saving Private Ryan's 20 years old this year. And I remember watching that and it being, there was a realism to it. It felt, you know, there was often that fucking thing of, you know, watching it at a cinema and all that immersiveness. You felt like you were there. I mean, obviously, you didn't feel like you were there, but you felt like you might be there, is what I would say. This, it doesn't. It feels too it feels like what people's impression of what that would look like in the 70s rather than what it actually looks like. And it's a thing that you often cite quite a lot. We're talking about movies that are set in the future or set in the past or set somewhere outside of now, in the fact that this doesn't feel lived in. It feels like a costumes
stagey as fuck
that have been made. That is the first time every single one of those people has worn that outfit.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
Tom Hanks hasn't wore that suit to work before. But then the next day he hasn't wore that suit either, and then the next day he hasn't wore that suit, and Meryl Streep hasn't wore all of that, and they've literally. It's amazing that everybody has moved into every single office they're in, and every room that anybody's been in has literally just been decorated the day before they have to have a scene in it. It's amazing. It's mind blowing that has happened, and I'm watching it going. Is it because I know that this film was made quickly? I don't want to say rushed, but I do want to say rushed because it does feel rushed. It feels rushed. It feels like they went, right, got this. We're going to make it. Tom, can you do this? Yeah, Meryl, you'll come and do this. And all the Spielberg essentially did what Spielberg can do and got people to come work with him because people. Nothing wrong with that at all, but. It doesn't look very good. The story feels fucking rushed. And it feels a little bit like we can get away with it all because I'm Spielberg.
Well, I mean, I think I agree with all those points. I think Streep, the way she comes into her own and just the way she looks at people and the way her character develops through the course of the film, I think is really interesting. And I liked Tom Hanks's. He's always been like that. The whole kind of like Tom Hanks can never be a bad guy thing was a thing for a while. And even in like The Road to Perdition, he's a bad guy, but he's got a soul. And there is that good guy thing here, but I liked that he had that determinism, and that drive. And I thought that was really interesting. And I was caught in the drama, but it's the most. I said something was the most 3-star film I've ever. The Commuter last week.
Yeah.
If The Commuter is the most 3-star film I've ever seen, The Post is the most 4-star film I've ever seen because there are bits that are incredible, but it's not. Those bits don't equal to an incredible film.
No, they don't. I get you said the Streep arc is very good in the fact that her character is clearly uncomfortable within the world she's in, but because she's uncomfortable, she has this almost this calmness where she's able to because she doesn't know the exact ins and outs of everything. And that's not a criticism of her character. She's very much... She doesn't need to know. She needs to know as much as she knows. She's able to make a decision based on everybody, listening to everybody and going, right, I need to do what I think is right. And she makes those decisions. She's not pressured by anybody. She's able to do that with a great kind of sense of control of her own mind. She's very in control of her own. I'm making a decision not because I trust in you more or because I believe in you more or anything like that. It's because I think it's the right decision to make. And all that's very well done. I think it's all very well acted by everybody involved. There's one shot though that made me go, fuck. That's a little bit.
Can I guess?
Spielberg occasionally gets things and he's too on the nose.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it towards the end?
Yeah.
Street coming out of the courthouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking...
It's fine. Street coming out of the courthouse and then saying, do you need to make a statement? And she turns around and says, I don't see why we need to. He's already making it. And then she walks down. But then you've got all of the anti-war hippies all essentially form, and they're all women, all form a guard of honor. It's a bit like, we get it. You've achieved that without doing that.
That shot goes on almost parodically long,
and it is. It's like brilliant. Yeah, we get in fight. It's like, oh no, now you're hitting me with a fucking mallet and pissing me off.
Yeah.
And it's the occasional thing of I just think that sometimes Spielberg, and it happens with a lot of directors, it happens with a lot of powerful directors. I think occasionally they need somebody there to go, nah. And Scorsese says it, that he needs Thelma Schoonmaker to say to him, that's a little bit too much, or that don't work, that. And that a lot of the film happens, they get a lot of the film in the editing and things like that. And I just think that Spielberg sometimes just doesn't quite, he doesn't have that thing of somebody going, that don't work. It's too much. It's too far. And it was really strange because I enjoyed my time with this movie and it was fine. I'll admit I started to get a little bit kind of bored because you watch it going, but I know what happens.
Yeah.
And therefore it's a little bit like, I'm enjoying getting there, but I kind of want you to get there a little bit quicker. And then when it did get there, I was like, oh, is that it? Right. Okay.
It is weird how it ends. It does just end a bit, because that whole fucking Watergate thing at the end as well. It's almost like, what, are they trying to set up a sequel or something? It's like.
And the thing is, I'd watch the sequel.
Yeah. No, it's fascinating. I mean, it's just like, right, what is this supposed to be a prequel to All the President's Men or something? Like, it's bizarre. But then I just think, shit. All the President's Men was a hell of a film. Maybe I should have watched that instead.
See, now I want to watch All the President's Men. But also, as well, never cast David Cross in a not comedic role because he has a comedy voice.
Well, there's that, and he does fuck all. So then, because people are pointing this out on Twitter, because him and Odenkirk did Mr. Show, and it's like, right, so you got the two guys from Mr. Show there together. Why? Why is David Cross there? I mean, David Cross, I like that guy. He directed that film Hits a couple years back.
Yeah, I have nothing against it. I like David Cross, but he's a funny guy.
Yeah, and he's got funny hair in it as well, hasn't he? Like,
yeah, it took me out of it a little bit. But Jesse Plemons worked with some people, don't they?
That dude, like...
I mean, you look at it, over his career, he's worked with, director-wise, in the past sort of 5-6 years, he'll have worked with Paul Thomas Anderson, Scott Cooper, Steven Spielberg a couple of times, and Martin Scorsese.
And he's with Kirsten Dunst. Like, as far as
he's in her directorial debut, I think, isn't he?
Kirsten Dunst has directed a film?
She's got a film coming out this year, I'm sure she does.
Shit.
It's quite an interesting sounding one as well. Bear me 2 seconds. Let me just check to make sure I haven't just fucking completely made this up.
Has she stopped smoking weed and she's actually doing something? Well, I mean, she was doing The Beguiled, but,
The Bell Jar.
Yeah.
Not the Bell Jar, the Bell Jar.
Okay.
A woman finds her life spinning out of control as she struggles with mental illness.
Oh, okay.
But it's a comedy.
Oh, okay.
Comedy drama. Right. It is adaptation of... Yeah, it is an adaptation of The Bell Jar. Jesse Plemons, Dakota Fanning, Patricia Arquette. Yeah. That's apparently... it's in pre-production.
Well, that sounds all right, that.
So it might never happen.
No, well, that sounds all right. No, I mean,
yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'd happily watch that with that cast, and it'd be interesting to see, something like Kirsten Dunst make a film.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of not surprised it's only got 2 Oscar nominations. It kind of feels like Best Picture. Yeah, all right. You want to highlight that this is an important film this year? Sure. Meryl Streep. Yeah, she's really good. Tom Hanks for Best Supporting Actor, I don't think would have been a bad shout.
No, but it's all a little bit. I don't know. It all just feels a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
You know, Bruce Greenwood's comedy fucking makeup and just. I don't know. It feels undercooked.
Yeah, it does. It does. It feels like this is a film that, fair enough, Spielberg wanted to get it out the door because it's timely. It just and the stars aligned. They were able to get schedules, and it was just like go, 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 go. And he has worked fast in the past.
Yeah,
but it just.
But in the race to be first, did they? Yeah, the race to just get it out there. Have they, with a little bit of more pre-production, would this have been a better movie? Yeah, I just think it would have been. I don't think everybody's working to the level they could.
No, I agree.
Which is a shame.
Oh, sorry, Don. What? Oh, sorry, Don.
Have I food?
Oh, no, I'm good. What are you up to? Sorry, Mark.
No, sir.
Sorry, I'll sort these out in a bit. So.
You don't want pizza?
No, I'm good. Have you had food?
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. I left the curtain open in the bedroom. The light was on. Yeah, fair enough. Oops.
Do you have moths?
No, like it just like people being able to see in and whatnot. It's a thing, which is fair enough. So yeah, no, I mean it just like I say, it's the most 4 out of 5 film you'll see. You know, for me anyway. Like I really enjoyed the time. I did really enjoy my time with it. I would watch it again. I'm not chomping at the bit to watch it again.
Yeah, that's it. I'm definitely not shit with it, because it's definitely not shit. It's a lot better than Touching Cloth. And maybe on a rewatch, I'll get more out of it. But I do just feel like it was just. I kind of wish it was a bit better, because I think it had all the potential to be a bit better, but it wasn't that bad. So I think that's kind of tempering my enjoyment of it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. How was the poll?
The poll was definitely not shit, 54%.
Okay, yeah.
Touching Cloth, 38%.
Oh.
And shit, 8%.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. No, okay. So, do you want to do the list?
Yeah, I can do, yeah.
Cool, let's do the list. So, I believe Steve Dixon requested this.
I think he did, yeah.
A while back. So, top anticipated for 2018. And, yeah, do you just want to go through them? Do you want to bang through it?
Yeah, I can do. Mine are, number 5, most anticipated, but it's happening very soon, is Phantom Thread.
Yeah, like literally next week. Very good.
Yeah, literally next week. So yeah, number 5, Phantom Thread. Number 4, Deadpool 2.
Mm-hmm.
Very much looking forward to that. Number 3, Mute, which again is happening in a few weeks. But when I wrote this, I didn't know that it was happening in a few weeks, because it only just got announced in it like last week. Number 2, Dragged Across Concrete.
Fuck yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what that is, Dragged Across Concrete is the new Craig S. Zala movie, which stars Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn as 2 overzealous cops suspended from the force. This what is it? The IMDb announced synopsis. Once 2 overzealous cops get suspended from the force, they must delve into the criminal underworld to get their just due. Which I'm just like, yeah, with that director and those 2 fucking guys, that's going to be great. It's also got Udo Kier, Michael J. White, Don Johnson. Who else have we got in there? Laurie Holden and Jennifer Carpenter.
That's my number. That was actually my number 3 as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
And my number 1 is The Irishman.
Very good.
Have you seen the poster for that?
It's fake.
Is that a fake poster?
Yeah, no, it was a promo. It was like a promo shot that someone then photoshopped to fucking like a set photo that someone the one with De Niro pointing the gun at someone on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fake.
But that's mental, that, because it's now the poster it's on IMDb.
Yeah, no, they oh, that's weird. Netflix did say that. I mean, yeah, the Irishman. I reckon that's going to be in the bright slot this year. I think that's going to be just before Christmas.
Yeah, it is without question.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why spoiler alert, it's in my 2018. So yeah, you got the two of mine. So my number 3 was Dragged Across Concrete. My number 2 was actually The Irishman. So I actually had a couple others in here as well. Just in terms of like outside the top 5, I'm actually really liking the look of Red Sparrow. I'm really intrigued by that.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'll say I'm looking forward to seeing it at the cinema.
Yeah. Okay, and also Rampage. Because George, but yeah. So this is on the launchingfilms.com database. So these things are subject to change. My number 5 is Avengers: Infinity War, just because I really, 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 really like Civil War, and I think they showed that they could do well with a large cast. Now they've got a fucking insane cast. Let's see what happens. My number 4 is Mary Poppins Returns, which will answer the eternal question for me. Can I actually achieve orgasm thinking about Mary Poppins? My number 1, like seriously, man, like fucking Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins. It's like
that's gonna be tricky for you.
It just feels so wrong, but it feels so right. And my number, fucking shit, I've lost my place now. So my number 5 was Avengers, number 4 was Mary Poppins, my number 3 was Dragged Across Concrete, my number 2 was The Irishman, I think I said.
Yep.
And my number 1, The Predator.
That's a really good shout.
Like, it's Shane Black.
Yep. It's a really good cast as well.
It's a good cast. He's doing a Predator film. Shane Black would not be doing a Predator film unless he had something fucking amazing cooked up. And he's co-written it with Blokey from the Monster Squad, hasn't he? So
Fred Decker, yeah.
Fred Decker, that's it. Yeah. So shit, man. Yeah. I'll also say as well, it's not gonna meet the 2018 release date on launchingfilms.com, but Bad Boys for Life. They've announced like these Belgian directors who directed this film called Black from a couple of years back, which I haven't seen, but it starts filming this year, so there's no way it's coming out in 2018. But they're both back. This was literally announced today. They're both back, and Bruckheimer's producing.
That's mad. I'll be amazed if that film actually properly goes into production.
We'll see.
Carnahan was going to do it last time, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, quite. But it didn't happen. But I want to see another Bad Boys film.
I'd be happy to see another Bad Boys film.
Like Bad Boys 2 was just fucking. That was all the bay, but R-rated all the bay.
Yeah.
So
it was that film was fucking dumb as fuck.
It just. That film. I want to watch Bad Boys. I need to watch Bad Boys 2 in 4K. I need 4K. I need 4K. Anyway, cool. Right. What have we watched? So I've got a fair chunk. You said you don't have much. How many have you got?
3.
Shall I kind of swing back to you, around to you?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. Do you mind if I just go for a quick wee?
No, but
gracias. Oh, I tell you what, man! I just had a fucking terror that you've probably never experienced, but at least not for a long time.
Yep.
Fucking went for a pee, got my dick out, and was like, "Oh fuck, Lottie's toilet seat is on here." So I was trying to remove the toilet seat and place it back on its fucking like holder up on the wall before my pee started coming out, but because I had my dick out. It was like, right, ready to go. And it was like trying to like get this toilet seat back on the fucking hanger before Oh, mate, I tell you what, it was fucking sphincter fucking tightening. It was. I managed it. It's all good. No spillage or anything, but fuck. Anyway, just so I know, what time have you got until?
I've got about another 20 minutes, half an hour.
20 minutes, half hour. Right. Okay. Cool. We've got no emails anyway, so there's that. So, have we got any Twitter questions?
No.
All right. Sweet. Did we even? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So shit. Okay. So I've got. Right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I've only got 5.
Would you want to do 2? Then I'll do my 3. Then you do 3.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. So right. I'm just trying to think which ones I'll be talking most about. Right. Okay. So just to say very quickly, I rewatched Ghost in the Shell, which the remake, which I think really, really holds up. The 4K looks very good on iTunes as well. Not amazing because it wasn't a 4K DI, but it looks very nice. And yeah, it was like $6.99 as well. So how can I not?
Yeah, it's a good price for that.
So yeah, Ghost in the Shell. I think it's got some interesting shit to say. It's not the anime. The anime is really fucking good though, but I think it's much more respectful than I think people who hadn't actually seen the film were very loud in making their opinion about on Twitter about. And you know what? It was a box office bomb, so you know, well done. That's basically taught them that people want less female-led action films based on non-American sources. Well done. You know, that will be the lesson they've taken away from that. And Paramount had a really bad year last year, and they were trying shit because, you know, they did Mother and downsizing as well. Say what you want about Mother or downsizing. So yeah, it's great, and I think Scarlett Johansson is really good, and the effects are fucking amazing. The world building is fantastic. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so I will talk about, before handing over to Mark, Early Man. So this is the new Aardman film.
Oh, the new Aardman one, yeah.
There's an awful lot of football in it. Didn't know that going in.
Football?
Yeah, so basically, right, yeah, it's weird. The story is, which I'm really surprised they didn't actually fucking make more of a point of in the marketing, like in the UK at least. So basically, the story is, right, meteor comes down, wipes out the dinosaurs. Cavemen are actually also there for some reason. And so the dinosaurs are wiped out, and there's this massive crater that's formed. And in the crater, like, all these like lava rocks come down. They cool down, and they're like footballs. So then, Early Man, they start playing football and whatnot, and then they do cave paintings of kicking footballs. And then later on, you've got so it's like these are like early cavemen, like proper Neanderthals. And then you've got, well, actually it's a bit confusing. You've got Neanderthals, but then you've got like a tribe before the Bronze Age, like the Stone Age before the Bronze Age, and they don't know about football, but they live in this crater, and everything around the crater is kind of unknown. They call them the Badlands. And then one day their land is trampled by a mechanical mammoth. And in it is Lord Nuff, voiced by Tom Hiddleston, who is fucking unrecognisable. Like, genuinely, it's a really, really, really good vocal performance. And apparently he's very good with impressions and stuff anyway. So, yeah, he can obviously do things with his voice, but you would not be able to tell it's Tom Hiddleston. He's quite something. And he's got this strong cod French accent, purposely cod French accent. He's like, "The Stone Age is over. Long live the Age of Bronze." And it's like that. That's brilliant. And he banishes the cavemen to the Badlands. But the lead one, Doug, I think his name is, voiced by Eddie Redmayne, who does kind of sound like Eddie Redmayne, but with a lisp. It like sneaks onto the mammoth, and he basically discovers that they play football. And he basically figures out that his people played football, and Lord Noof wants to kind of take over the crater, and Eddie Redmayne challenges him to a game of football. So it's Real Bronzio versus the cavemen.
Are they actually called Real Bronzio?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it's basically it's a football match. I really quite liked it. It's not the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. And I don't think it's quite going to have the lasting appeal that Arthur Christmas has in this household. Just because Donna and I went to see Arthur Christmas in the cinema. We were the only adults who were only with adults in the cinema. We had a bottle of wine during the course of the film and just fucking pissed ourselves throughout the entire thing. It's kind of a formative experience for us, actually. But now Lottie really likes Arthur Christmas as well. Early Man, though, it's really, really charming. It's very, it's very funny. Maybe not like laugh out loud funny all the way through, but there's decent chuckles pretty much throughout the entire thing. And yeah, you want to see these guys win. You want to see Lord Noof go down. And it's about football, but there's also a bit where a pig gives Tom Hiddleston a massage. So, you know, and the pig's voiced by Nick Park. So it's Nick Park as a pig giving Tom Hiddleston as a French emperor a massage.
That sounds bonkers.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun though. It's very, very British. It's very, very Aardman. And yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. Lottie was into it like no one's fucking business.
Ah, good.
Like, really, really, really into it. She would like. She likes staying in the cinema for the whole of the film, but she will fucking crawl under the seats and stuff if she's bored or want to go to the toilet 5 times. She needed a wee once, and she genuinely needed a wee, and the rest of the time she was fucking shouting at the screen, like, no, and yeah, get them, and stuff like that. You know, she was really fucking into it. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good family time. Yeah, I'll take a punt on it. It was really surprising. I think you'd probably quite like it. It was in association with Amazon Prime Instant Video, as everything Studio Canal seems to be these days. So I imagine it's going to be on Amazon Prime towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Give it a go then. No problem.
I will give it a go when it comes out then.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I shall leave it to you, sir.
Right, just the 3. I watched a film called a documentary on Netflix called Hired Gun that I was listening to. It was the latest Children's Show Punt. I think it was a couple of episodes back. I think it was. And Mike was talking about all that, and I thought that sounds interesting. And I got to picking. I left work a little bit earlier than I thought I had, and I was in the car driving to pick Bex up from work and realised that I was going to be there like a good hour early. And even though Bex works like 5 minutes around the corner from where we live in a car, I thought, I can't actually bother to go home, sit at home for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then come back out.
Mm.
I'll just go sit in the car park at Beck's work and watch something on my iPad.
Nice.
Which, you know, I don't mind doing that every now and again, because it's like, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get home, and I'll set off early to pick her up anyway, because I don't like being late places. So I know for a fact that I'd just be sat at home for 20 minutes just waiting to go out, and I wouldn't end up watching anything. I'd just sit and look at my phone. Whereas if I'm in the car and I'm sat in the car, don't need to go to the bathroom or anything like that, I had a drink and I had a bag of Maltesers and I just had my iPad sat on my knee, fine. So I watched this Hired Gun, and the whole, it's a documentary about session musicians. So apologies for anybody that listens to James Burgess Bunter and listens to ourselves, because I'm just basically echo a lot of things that Mike said about it. And it kind of follows that's kind of like the lives and talks to a lot of these sort of big session musicians, and there's a few kind of talking heads of musicians. So you've got people like Rob Zombie is in there, Alice Cooper is in there, and people like that, basically talking about the fact that that these guys are like shit up musicians, and there's not actually that many of them out there. Rob Zombie kind of sums it up by basically saying that you've got that they have to be the session musicians in a band have to be the best musicians in the band. He said, and not only that, they have to not be dicks.
Yeah.
He said, because then nobody. Because they said the artist can be a dick because he's the artist, but the session musician has to A, be the best musician in the band, and B, be the nicest guy in the band because he's got to get on with everybody. So you'd think that there'd be all of these musicians out there. He said, but actually, there's maybe about 7 in the world.
Yeah.
And
That's interesting.
It's on Netflix, and what I'd say is if you're not interested in music, it'll probably bore you, and it'll go straight over your head. And that's not a criticism. It's just if it's not your thing, it won't be your thing. But if you're at all interested in music and you're going to watch it and you're going to go, well, yeah, he's that guy and he's that guy, and you'll recognise some of them. Like there's the guy who's been the drummer for Elton John for years. I recognised him, and it's weird kind of looking at some of these guys and seeing them talk about like their stories of how they've done it. And like there's the guy who plays guitar for fucking Pink, and he's this guy with like long hair and all these fucking tattoos is this shit on guitarist, and it's like he's Pink's guitarist. And then there's the guy who played guitar for Ted Nugent, who basically says a lot of Ted Nugent's songs he doesn't actually sing. He didn't write. He doesn't play the major guitar bits on it. It's actually me doing all that. Nice. But it's just because he's the name. And you can see him thinking, you can see him almost wanting to say, and, you know, the guy's a fucking prick.
Yeah, but it's almost like he cuts just before he says it.
He just can't say it, yeah. It's a really enjoyable watch. I really did watching it, because like I said, you're looking at these guys and going, I've seen him in like 3 bands live. And I've never twigged that I've seen him in 3 different bands live. And the weird thing is, I've got a friend who is essentially a hired gun. He's a session musician, and he's played with. He's called Leon Banks. He's played with. The weird thing is, he's played with like people like. I'm sure he's played for like Oasis and The Enemy and Liam Gallagher. I think he's played for Noel. He's played for The Who, but then he's also played for people like he's been Barnes Courtney's guitarist for the past 6 months, and he fills in for all this. But yeah, it's just, and he is one of the greatest guitarists I've ever seen in person, and it's just like he's playing by his bands, and it's just like, yeah, but he's just my mate from a band, a local band. Yeah. Who happens to go around doing all this. But it was quite interesting, so I recommend it to Leon, and I'm waiting to see what he says he'll watch it at some point, probably on a fucking, ironically he'll watch it on a tour bus somewhere. So yeah, but it's a really, I really enjoyed it, to be honest. It was a good watch.
Got it downloading on my phone. It's on Netflix, available for download. So you know, yeah, absolutely.
It's a solid. Well, I watched it sat on my knee, waiting for Bex to finish work. So it is that type of movie you can watch doing that.
Nice.
Rewatched High Crimes, the Carl Franklin, Ashley Judd, Morgan Freeman movie, because
of course you did.
Because of course I did.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody, I don't think, I genuinely, and I can genuinely say it, I don't think there's another person on the planet that has watched every Ashley Judd movie as many times as me.
No, I think you're right.
Yep, and do you know what? I like High Crimes. Of course I like High Crimes. It's an Ashley Judd movie from the early 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, if you trace Ashley Judd's career, which I do, you can see that it does, after the Lord of the Rings fiasco that's now come to pass, where she's basically said Harvey Weinstein essentially blocked the rest of my career, it makes sense. It really fucking does.
Yeah, no, well, fuck, I mean, it's like Mira Sorvino as well, isn't it?
Yep, it does. And do you know what? for all of the shitty things that fucking Harvey Weinstein has done, and they amount to a lot, denying me of more Ashley Judd movies has to be up there, I think. Also, I watched the first time Conspiracy Theory. Have you ever seen Conspiracy Theory?
Gibson Roberts. Sure.
Yeah.
I'd
never watched it. And didn't know until it started and the credits were rolling that it was a Richard Donner movie.
Yeah, it is. 97, yeah. I want to say that was.
97, yep, it is 97, and it couldn't be a more 1997 movie. Conspiracy Theory is a fucking tonally odd movie. It's... You can't work out whether or not it's an action movie, a thriller, a satire, a comedy. Richard Donner is a weird director in the sense that he has made movies in every genre. And it's like, with Conspiracy Theory, he's made all the genres in one movie. Mel Gibson is doing some fucking shit in this movie. It's so peculiar because it's all based on he's a taxi driver who has essentially conspiracy theories about everything. But he's also got a bit of a stalkery obsession with Julia Roberts' character, who's a Justice Department attorney. And he keeps going to her and giving her all of these leads that she should be investigating. And then one of them that he comes up with turns out might actually be real. And then he ends up getting essentially snatched by Patrick Stewart, of all people. And Patrick Stewart has got him taped to a wheelchair. And he's saying, look, we need to know what you know. And he's going, right, okay, but which one do you need to know about? Because I know a lot of things and I have a lot of theories. Which one is it you're wanting to know about? And they won't tell him which one it is he wants to know about. And so they're trying to torture him. And then in the end, he bites off Patrick Stewart's nose. And then he's trying to wheel himself out. And it goes a bit Jacob's Ladder-y at that point. But it's kind of part Jacob's Ladder, but also a little bit part Big Trouble in Little China. You know, the bit when they're in the fucking wheelchair and he almost goes down that fucking well thing to nowhere. It's a bit like that. And you've got Mel Gibson kind of like screaming, but he's got his eyes taped open. And yeah, it's... Rewatch it at some point. The only problem is it's 2.5 hours long.
I remember that. Yeah, that's kind of what puts me off it. Which put me off it for a long time. But it's a weird fucking movie. It really is an odd movie. But Gibson's good in it, and yes, I know Gibson's got issues, but he is really quite enjoyable to watch at points. No, that's fair. Fuck. Yeah. How did you see that?
Netflix.
No. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking. Another punt at that. Actually,
it's you could easily watch it over a few train journeys.
Okay, that will do. That's what I'm after.
Yeah, you could easily watch it over like a couple of days train journeys, because it's totally that all over the place that you're not going to lose the flow of it.
Well, yeah. No, okay, fair enough. It would take me 6 train journeys.
There you go, then.
Yeah.
3 days.
Belko Experiment only took me 4.
Cool. Right, that was it. That's all I watched.
Okay, cool, man. Conspiracy Theory, fuck, man. Just... God, I want to watch Copycat again.
I want to watch Copycat again. I like Copycat.
And I just
fucking hell. Harry Connick Jr. is creepy as fuck in that movie.
The credits, isn't it just at the end? Isn't it Harry Connick Jr. just staring at the screen?
Yeah. Doing a weird eyes thing.
Yeah, that shit fucking stayed with me, man. I tell you what, Christ alive.
Do you know what? I've got a real urge to rewatch. the Bruce Willis movie Colour of Night for some reason. 'Cause I know I've seen it, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm pretty sure I've seen that, but I couldn't tell you what it was about.
So I'm gonna watch that at some point this week. It's probably gonna be shit.
I would suspect so. Yes. Okay, so I've got a few more to go through. So, Final Portrait, which inspired me to write my the sartorial supremacy of Armie Hammer article last week. Which I just wrote on a lunch break for some reason. So this is on Netflix. It's directed by Stanley Tucci, and it's Armie Hammer and Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush is an artist by the name of Alberto Giacometti, and he is being interviewed by Armie Hammer's writer. And after the interview, Jeffrey Rush's art. I'm just going to start that entire sentence again. Fuck me, sorry, Mark.
No worries.
He is being interviewed by art. Jeffrey Rush is an artist. Armie Hammer's a writer. Armie Hammer interviews Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush says, "Let me do a portrait of you. It'll only take a few hours." And it's basically the chronicle of weeks and weeks and weeks of the portrait trying to come together. Armie Hammer always having to put his life on hold so that Jeffrey Rush can get this out, and exploring Jeffrey Rush's life, involving his relationship with his mistress and his wife. So basically, it's a very, very entertaining film. I enjoyed my time with it immensely. Very slight.
It's only an hour and a half long, I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets in, it gets out. I watched it over a week ago now, so I barely remember anything about it. But I enjoyed my time with it. Armie Hammer wears the fuck out of a suit. Fuck's sake, Jeffrey Rush is very entertaining. Tony Shalhoub is really fun as Jeffrey Rush's brother as well. And it's worth a watch. It's not a go out there and watch it now. But if you see it on Netflix, it's like, yeah, I fancy a go at that, then it'll do you fine.
Nice.
So, a couple more. Netflix film. A futile and stupid gesture, which it's like, is it a stupid and futile gesture or a futile and stupid gesture? So
a futile and stupid gesture.
Yeah. So thank you. So it's directed by David Wayne of Wet Hot American Summer, Wanderlust and Role Models and whatnot. So stars Will Forte as the co-creator of National Lampoon, Doug Kenny.
Kenny, yeah.
And basically, it's a biopic of his life and death. So he co-founds National Lampoon with the co-founder, Will Henry.
Have you seen what is it? The tagline for this movie?
Oh, yeah. If you don't watch this movie, we'll kill Will Forte. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you say about this, because I'm actually really quite interested in this now.
Yeah, okay. So basically, which is inspired by the National Lampoon cover, "If you don't buy this magazine, we'll kill this dog," with a picture of a dog with a gun up to its fucking face, which is quite something. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm afraid I can't say anything more than it's fine. It's actually like really funny at points. But yeah, they say that they kind of play with the truth in things, but there's like a recreation of an interview that Doug Kenny gives, which is amazing, but that was probably the interview. There's some fourth wall breaking stuff that's quite fun. And Domhnall Gleeson is in it as the co-creator of National Lampoon, and he's really like just straight. and kind of really dryly witty, and it's odd that it's Domhnall Gleeson doing that role. I mean, fair play to him, because he's kind of pushing himself a little bit there, and he's fine, but I don't know, it kind of stands out once you know it's him. It's funny in parts, but it seems to be really, really in love with this guy who is a fucking dickhead. Like, he's horrible. It's a 100-minute film, and he basically wastes relationships with two really, really nice-seeming ladies, but just because he's a twat. And I don't know. I fell out with it the more it went on.
Right. I'm going to give that a go though, because it's an interesting premise.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's interesting because it's like him as an older man, if he had lived, narrating his story.
Yeah,
which there's some fun conceits in there, and I certainly don't think it's David Wayne's fault, and it's not the fault of any of the people in the film. It's just obviously this was someone who meant something to people. Maybe they didn't quite get across why he meant something, because it's like, he's a funny dude. He is funny. He's a fucking twat.
It can be one of those things, where it's a little bit like the Man on the Moon thing.
No, I agree with that.
Andy Kaufman, they all went to make that movie because they were all fans of Andy Kaufman, but then it just didn't translate to a wider audience because too many people went, how do I get it? And that's not they're not smart enough or anything like that. It's just it's not their brand of comedy.
No, I mean it just the stuff he says and the stuff he put out. Yeah, it's funny and it's smart and whatnot. But it's okay. He burns himself. It goes through really traditional biopic stuff, but then the ending it's this meta. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it because you're gonna watch it. But it just like I don't think this guy deserved this just because he was funny. To be honest, So there you go. A futile and stupid gesture. That is it. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. There you go. Let me know what you think. Obviously you will.
Will do.
Last thing for me this week, also on Netflix, The Belko Experiment. So, got a theatrical release last year, which kind of wish I went to see it in the cinema, just only because there's not a lot of genre stuff like this that actually gets a big screen release these days. So basically, story is a bunch of people working in an office building. It's a government contracted company in I want to say Bolivia, but it's not. It's South America, and they all the doors are shut, all the windows are closed, and whatnot. And somebody comes
Colombia.
over. It is Colombia, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody comes over in a Bogota. Is that a city?
Bogota.
Yeah, but yeah, in Colombia. Yeah. All the doors come down, all the windows come down, and somebody comes on the intercom saying, in the next there are 72 people in this building. In the next 2 hours we want 30 of you to be dead, otherwise there'll be consequences. And everybody's like, fuck, well, this is a prank, blah 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 blah. Goes a bit battle royale, and I think it's like 10 people have these tracers in their necks, explode, and they die. And then it's okay, well, these people are serious then. And so you've got John Gallagher Jr. from 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah. And he was the bad guy in Hush as well. He
was indeed, yeah.
The Mike Flanagan film. John C. McGinley, Tony Goldwyn, Melanie Diaz from Be Kind Rewind. Like a bunch of I know that guys, basically. Yeah. It's I know that guy, the film. And basically, some of them are just like, yeah, all right, let's kill some motherfuckers. Some of them are, how can you do this? And it's kind of battle royale in an office block. I would maybe suggest that the Stephen Ewan film, the directed by Joe Lynch, I think it was, Mayhem.
Oh yes, the Tamara Weaving one.
Yeah. It was on Fright Fest. It might be out on VOD now.
I think it might just have come out, or it might be out next week, I think.
Yeah, that flick, I think, maybe did this concept kind of better, just because it goes a bit more crazy with the flourishes. But there's some pretty fucking gnarly gore in this, especially towards the end of the film. The build-up is actually really, really good. Like, it's really about, like, a third halfway through the film before it's like, shit, these people actually mean this. And before it's good build-up of the characters, and when the initial, like, shutdown happens, that how are we going to deal with this? And, you know, just kind of having the discussions. And once it all kind of kicks off, it kicks off, and it's fine. But Mayhem had there's the conceit in that film of a virus that is actually making these people go nuts, and like their inhibitions are kind of coming away. Whereas in this, it is just like these people are being forced into this situation. There's no exacerbating factor to make them go a bit more nuts. But yeah, it was decent. I enjoyed my time with it. There are some like, yeah, fuck you kills towards the end.
Nice.
It's worth a go. And I only wish I kind of saw it at the cinema just to kind of support distributors still taking a punt on showing this kind of stuff on a big screen. Because it's like the kind of thing that plays at Fright Fest. 5 years ago, stuff that played at Fright Fest, maybe like a third of it would actually get a theatrical release. These days, frankly, it feels like maybe 10% of it would actually get a wide theatrical release.
Yeah.
And Belko kind of feels
fair,
like one of those. So, yeah, it's definitely worth a go, though. And I'm done.
Nice.
So
I think Becky watched it and enjoyed it.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, take a punt on it, man. So we haven't got any Twitter questions. We haven't got any emails, so we'll shut it down there. Next week, it's Phantom Thread time.
Nice.
So we'll be discussing Phantom Thread. Kind of interested in that Ellen Mirren horror film. And Winchester, I think it's called.
Oh, yes.
And the Denzel one that he got a Best Actor nomination for is out this week.
Fucking hell. So hang on a minute, right? There's a Denzel Washington movie out this week that no one's fucking heard of, that I don't think actually exists. I think it's one big fucking prank. And the week after, there's a Clint Eastwood directed movie that the first I ever heard about it was last night during the halftime of the football. A TV spot for it came on. I looked at that going, what's this? Directed by Clint Eastwood. Yeah. What? Yeah. Fucking, it's a weird time at the moment, man.
No, I saw a trailer for that a few weeks back, and the trailer started. It was like Warner Brothers Village Roadshow. Fucking train. What the fuck is this film? And then it was like the real heroes, and then it was like Eastwood was supposed to be doing something about
1517 to Paris.
Yeah. And it was like, hang on, that's coming out. I thought that was like an Oscar film next year. So, shit, man. I mean, Warner Brothers, and it's a surprise because his last film, American Sniper, it was Warner Brothers as well, and it was a big Oscar thing.
That wasn't his last movie, though.
The fuck was?
Sully.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had a look at this, and but just indulge me for literally just a couple of minutes, just a brief tangent for this, right? That film, that new one, the 1517 to Paris, is 94 minutes long.
94?
Yeah. Sully was 96 minutes long.
Didn't feel like it.
Right? Now, that was his past two movies, right? American Sniper, 2 hours 13. Jersey Boys, 2 hours 14. J. Edgar, 2 hours 17. Hereafter, 2 hours 9. Invictus, 2 hours 14. Gran Torino was just shy of 2 hours. The Changeling was 2 hours 21. Letters for Iwo Jima, 2 hours 21. Flags of Our Fathers, 2 hours 15. $1 Million Baby, 2 hours 12. Mystic River was 2.5 hours long. he's not made movies that are that short, and yet his past two have just felt like he just doesn't give a shit.
Do you think it's because he realises that the spectre of death is fast coming for him? So it's just like, I'm going to make these films, and I'm just going to, because he's very famous on, like, just first take whatever. And I wonder if it is just like, let's just fucking bang this out, let's just edit it, get it out. Excuse me, I mean, it's weird, but it just...
That's it.
Thank you. It's so fucking weird that there's a new Clint Eastwood film. There is no buzz for it whatsoever.
Nope, at all.
And I mean, I'll see it. I will see it because it's 94 minutes long. But I am intrigued as to whether it's just because it's the real people who portrayed the characters, whether it's just like they're really fucking bad, and it's just, let's just get this out.
Yep.
It kind of feels like it's being buried.
That's weird because he's a multi-Oscar winning director.
I mean, shit, man. Tom Hanks, didn't he get a Best Actor nom for Sully?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I've still not seen Sully. I've not seen Sully. It's 96 minutes long.
Sully's all right. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
man. To be fair, like, Cancer is better than American Sniper, so you know there is that.
The thing is, I've not seen Sully, and it's 96 minutes long. But I have seen Flight, and that's 4 days long.
Yeah, no, Flight, yes, but Flight does have Denzel just drinking throughout the entire thing. It's marvellous.
Isn't that like Kelly Riley or somebody like that?
Yeah, Kelly Riley is like a drug addict who he shags a bit. But, no, I mean, the thing is with Flight, it proved that alcohol actually improves the ability of pilots.
Yep. My abiding memory from that movie is John Goodman teaching Denzel Washington to trick a drugs test.
Oh, that's right, yeah, he did.
And Kelly Riley, the entire time, me sitting there watching it going, Kelly Riley's very pretty, isn't she?
No, she is.
I watched that movie, right? It was Oscar season, the year that came out, and I was still at the fireplace shop at the time, but it was like mid-January. No, it wasn't actually. It was the week before Christmas, and we were dead. We were fucking snowed under. We had no fittings booked in, so we had no deliveries coming in. I was just open for like 2 days, where literally I had to wade through fucking snow to get to work, and roads were closed, and there was no point in me being there, and it was freezing cold. So I was sat in front of one of the big fires we had, sat.
Oh, that sounds
pulled
amazing.
My desk over to there, and I remember just sitting on the laptop, just watching films all day because I had fuck all else to do. And I remember watching Flight, doing that, just sat there doing that, and then somebody came in, and I remember going, "Fucking hell!" and pausing it because it had got to a really good moment, and I audibly said "fucking hell" really quite loud. Then looked up, and it was the postman, and he just went, "Really that bad, mate?" I was like, I thought you were a customer. Cheers.
Nice. The Denzel film is real. I will see it before we speak next week to confirm that its existence.
Yeah.
It's got literally 2 showings a day. The film that Denzel just got nominated for Best Actor for gets 2 showings a day, except at the weekend where it gets 1.
Oh, fucking hell. Do you know what? I'm convinced, I am absolutely convinced you are going to get there, and you're going to sit down, and it's going to start, the movie's going to start, and just nothing's going to happen. You're just going to hear this little tick, even though it's digital, you're going to hear the little ticking noise of a film just going...
No, I reckon I'm going to get there, and they're going to say, the screening's been cancelled, the file's corrupted.
Yeah,
and it's like,
error loading file.
Yeah, okay, cool.
File not found.
Yeah, okay, cool, I'll come tomorrow. You won't believe it, the sound system's bust. You know, all we get is, "This is not real, you are in the Matrix." You know, and it's
2.5 hours long, man.
It's the weirdest thing. And we managed to watch 10 seconds of it, and it's just Denzel Washington saying, "I'm stuck. Get me out of here. I am not real. I am a fake. I am the real Denzel." And then it just stops.
The thing is, it's directed and written by the guy who did Nightcrawler. Which was fantastic.
Yep. So this fake film, basically, if I disappear in the next week, it's because I went to a screening of Roman J. Israel Esquire and I've been killed to shut me up.
Yeah, because they don't want it coming out that it's not real. That's it. The Academy's going to kill you.
Relay my message.
I will.
So next week, assuming I still exist, we'll talk about Phantom Thread, which we're both very much looking forward to. I meant to rewatch Inherent Vice before I see it, but I don't think it's going to happen now.
I am going to rewatch Inherent Vice just because I want to rewatch Inherent Vice because it's just fantastic. Moto Panakeku.
Actually, do you know what? Fuck it. What's the time? Oh, that's 8:30. I could stick the first hour and a half of it on tonight, no problem.
Yeah. It's on, I think, is it on Prime? Is it on?
Oh, dude, I've got it on iTunes, it's fine.
I think I've got an iTunes as well, actually,
yeah. Okay. Moto Panakeku.
Moto Panakeku.
Also, just to say before we go, the next commentary has been decided by random decision.
Yep.
It will be Nicholas Winding Refn's The Neon Demon, and we will look to record it shortly.
Yep.
So, patreon.com/Dude and the Monkey. And I need a wee. Mark needs to eat. Actually, I need to eat. I haven't eaten either.
No, I haven't.
So, we're going to say bye-bye. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. And, yeah, again, Motu Panakeku. And if I'm dead by this time next week, the Academy got me.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.
I love my wife and my kid.